Hi, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kotsi, and well, I'm back with another Let's Talk About a series. Today we're talking about a series. Actually, I've been doing a lot of series of late. But if you're new here and you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel and become part of the Sweetie family. But if you've been here and you haven't subscribed to the Sweetie family, do subscribe to the Sweetie family and, just become part of the Sweetie family. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about the wife. Obviously, you guys would have seen from the title that I will be talking about the wife. And as an alert or disclaimer, I would like to put it out there that this is a spoiler, and if you do not appreciate spoilers or anything like that, please do go watch the series first and then come watch this video after. So, the first things first. I know, I said I was gonna do, in the first video that I released about the wife, I said I was going to do weekly updates about the wife, but life just got a bit hectic and I couldn't do weekly updates about the wife. But now here we are, and it's at the end of season 1, and a lot has happened. And in the beginning, I had talked about my expectations. I had talked about the fact that I was expecting it to be more like the book, of which at the end of the season it is not. Even though it is inspired by the book, I would have loved to see the series become like an extension of the book, it becoming more like bringing the characters to life, based off their characteristics in the book. I would have loved to see that, but that was not the case. And regardless, it was a good series. And yeah, man, the last time we spoke, it was from episode 1 until episode 3, if I remember correctly, and we were being introduced to the Zulu brothers, and they were violent as they were described in the book. They were feared, they were violent, and there were some moments where I was like, okay, we're seeing a more human side to them, and I appreciated that. But I will start. Let me start speaking about each character and how the story was around them and what I thought of the series, First things first, let's talk about the characters. Now we've seen the series, the entire series, and we have more information about the different characters. So first things first, let's talk about the characters as they came through the season and all of that. Ngosano, he was the brother. He demanded respect, and that's what his character gave, man. As much as he was the powerful person in the room, you could feel his presence. And as a viewer, I respected him regardless of what was going on and how he protected his family. His family was always first, and he was quite strategic with everything that he was doing. So he was strategic with his moves, and he was a calm person, so that was what I picked up from the character of Nkosana. And then Ngoba, oh man, my one of my favorite characters. Ngoba was a loose cannon, bruh. Ngoba was a loose cannon. He spoke whatever he wanted to speak about. He spoke his mind, he spoke his mind, and I appreciated that about that character. He also cared about his family. He had that caring fact. He also cared about his family, but he wasn't Ngoba, man. I don't know, even words cannot explain. Like, he's amazing. He was an amazing character, and I loved him. Who else? Mkhele was, it's safe to say, my least favorite character in this series. He was one of my favorites in the book, but in this series, he was my least favorite. I disliked his everything. He was manipulative. He gaslighted him. Like, I just disliked Mkhele. Genuinely speaking, I disliked Mkhele in the series. He was, closed. I make some right. That's it. And then it came to Kawe. Did not speak much. But when he did, he was the voice of reason. He protected Hlomu, he protected his family. He always had his family's best interest at heart. Though I don't know when it came to the last episode, but man, he was an amazing character. You loved him. For me, I loved his demeanor. He wasn't just in everybody's business. He wasn't, but he was lovable. So that was Kawe. And then Kipilaka, Nkosana, Ngoba, Mkhele, Kawe, Sambulo. Yes. Sambulo, man, Sambulo. He was the easygoing one. As much as he was the assassin, Inele or something like that, but he was easygoing. He was chilled. He could become deadly. He was going that almost harbor at some instances, but he was calm. He was cool. He was nice, and he was Sambulu, man. I felt sorry for him for losing his partner the way he did, but he was a chilled character. And then Mpande, oh my goodness. Oh man, Mpande, he was a necessary light, you know. Mpande, why do I forget his name? Mpande, Nkotsi, Ntsika. Those three, they were necessary. The family was just so serious. The three of them together, they brought the jokes, the laughter. Everything was just amazing when it came to those three characters. Ntsika was the young one. You could see her, he's the young one. And then Nkotsi he was also reckless, but Ngobe, at least he was serious in his recklessness. And then Ntsika was Nkotsi was the yeah. So those three together, you can, even though they tried to separate them, but separating them would have not done justice to the characters, man. They were amazing. Everything to them was just easygoing. They were easygoing. So yeah. And then the ladies, Shlomu. Madlala. She was a nice person in the beginning of the series. I don't want to lie. She was a nice person in the beginning of the series. And then she changed. Like, Mkhele genuinely dragged her into a dark hole that I don't think she can come out of. Nji. Like, she was a nice person. She was carefree. She used to laugh. Kuri! Bashamu was a nice, kind person. But then, at the end of the series, she was like, for me, she had changed. And unfortunately, that was due to her marriage. That was due to her husband and all the abuse that he's put her through. Kuri, Mkhele messed up Hlomu. Somebody's saying music. So, yeah. And then Mandisa. Oh, Mandisa. A necessary evil. But she wasn't evil, guys. She was necessary, but she was not evil. Mandisa. Mandisa was a great character, man. She, Onatalana, but I could understand why Onatella. Based off the treatment that she was receiving from the Zulu brothers, I could understand why she was the way she was. So, even after she told Mahlomu her story, where she's come from, what she's had to deal with, and I understand why she was the way she was. Then you could see at the end of the day, she just wanted to be loved. She just wanted to be cared for. You know, she just wanted to be treated with respect. You know, just those small things that she wanted. And I loved Mandisa. I genuinely loved Mandisa more than I loved Hlomu. Of which is a surprise, because in the book I did not love Mandisa, but now I loved her regardless. And I understood her story, where she comes from, what she's been through, you know, and how they have shaped her to become the person that she was. So yeah, those were the main characters, right? And then Sandy yeah. Okay, so now let's get into the entire what happened throughout from episode 4 till episode 40, right? I'm taking you guys back. So Mashomu agreed to date Nkele while she was still dating Sandile. And you know what? But the way you get someone, it's the same way that you might lose them. And now, because we've watched everything, we know that Shomu has cheated on Nkele twice. And 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 Nkele was the other guy in Shomu's life. You know, so that's how he got Mashomu. Mashomu cheated on Sandile with Nkele, and it happened in their marriage. And unfortunately, Sandile was not so lucky. Even though he tried throughout the season, he tried to get back with Shomu. Even before she was married, he tried to get back with Shomu, but then, you know, it did not happen. But hey, later in the season, Shomu was in hospital because Nkele was being Nkele. Nkele lashabile Shomu to a point where she lost her child, and that was painful. And the person that was with her, who was supporting her during that time, was Sandile. So I kind of see what happened. I kind of see why she cheated on Nkele, because Sandile was supportive. Sandile was caring. He was gentle with Mashomu. He was everything that Nkele was not in that moment. So from Mashomu's perspective, I could understand why she cheated. Okay, so I could understand why she cheated. And because of that, Sandile lost his life, you know. And that was an unfortunate thing, but I kind of knew that it might happen, because first and foremost, Nkele always said, I will not allow anyone to come between us. And this Nkele, this one, he could kill anybody, and I could get it. No, I could not get it. I lied. He could kill anybody, and I would not be surprised. I will not be surprised if he kills his own brother because he's taking his own blood. I will not be surprised. It's just Nkele Wantina, guys. He annoys me. He irks me. I don't want to talk about him, even though the story is about him being killed, but anyway, yeah, man. So we see the story of the brothers evolving from being the taxi owners and now having money through heists, and being Nkosana being the chairperson of of the association and all that. And you see their rise, how they got their money and all the criminal activities that they were involved in. But all of that brought them a lot of enemies, because now the Majola family, of which I still do not like the Majola brothers, of which Nkosana killed their father and Ngoba killed their little brother. The Majola brothers were coming to haunt the Zulu family. Even at Shomu's wedding, the Majola brothers orchestrated the attack. They ended up killing Mbande and Mvelo, of which for me, like, who's this? Sambulo's fiance, because he had proposed. He wanted to spend the rest of his life with her, and it was heartbreaking. It was one of those episodes that were painful. Like, I've watched every episode twice, just not that one. I still cannot watch it twice, because for me it was heartbreaking, man. It was sore, it was painful. So yeah, the Majola brothers were still doing what they had to do, but in the end they failed because they could not get the power seat back. The ones that they wanted, they could not get their power seat back. And whatever, I still hate the Majola brothers. Even at the end of the season, I still hate them. I hope they will not be in season 2. I do not want to see them in season 2. And if I do see them in season 2, period. That's it. That's fine. Sharp. It's a series that's filled with heartache, that's filled with violence, that's filled with pain. Yeah. But then my favorite storyline, as much as seeing Shomu's love story or painful story come to pass, was painful, but at the end of the day, it was my favorite storyline was was of the was of Nkokri and Ntika and the grandmother and the grandfather. I know that most people did not like the old people, but I enjoyed it. It was quirky, it was fun, it was funny, it was light, it was necessary because at that part of the series everything was just heavy and painful, you know. So it was nice seeing them on my screen and just laughing after all the pain that Klomo was going through, after Mkele abused her. Everything was just not cool. So yeah, everything was just, it was nice seeing them as a breather. Guys, this story was just painful, and I would say you can watch it. Right, I would recommend you watch it because it's nice. So as much as everything happened in the season, and as much as they broke Zandila out of prison, and I'm happy about that, they broke Zandila out of prison. Kawe slept with Mahlomu, Shaka. It wasn't. I'm sorry, it was not. I was expecting it. I actually wanted it to happen. I actually wanted Mahlomu to leave Mkhele and be with Kawe. Because Mkhele has put Mahlomu through the most. So I want her to be treated with respect. I wanted her to be treated with love, to be cared for. And I believe God can give her that. So if I thought I'm within the brothers, has I'm within the brothers. Okay? Great. I know this may not be a popular opinion, but how about thoughts am I within the brothers? How am I within the brothers? Great. But man, they broke Zandila out of prison, and I'm looking forward to season 2. I want to watch season 2, and hopefully we'll get to see we'll get to look more into the history of the Zulu brothers and where they've come from. We just saw bits and pieces in season 1, but I hope season 2 opens up more and gives us more of a background into the Zulu brothers and into Zandile and Nkosana's love story, of which I'm super excited for. And yeah, man, also do watch the Wife on Showmax. It is still streaming season 1, and season 2 will be released on the 17th of February, which is on Thursday, if this video will be out before that. And then what else, man? Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Sweetie family. Also, leave your comments down below about the Wife and what you would like to see me review and watch. Anyway, was Sweetie, enjoy, and it was lovely sitting here actually and doing this again. So yeah, bye, Sweetie.